Boker Tov, good morning. It's wonderful to be here together this Tuesday morning and to see you as the month of Elul progresses, our month of preparation toward Yamim Noraim, toward the days of awe, the high holy days. And it's wonderful to be here with you this morning. Please, like Sandra just did, please drop a greeting to others who are here. Good morning, Annette, as well. And good morning to each of us and all of us. Good morning, Deborah and Eleanor and Sean, and to Alan as well. To all, Boker Tov. Welcome to Boker Tov from Temple Sinai. Temple Sinai Congregation of Toronto's daily opportunity to connect, to reflect, and to remember. Good morning, Franklin, and good morning to each of us as we have the opportunity to start this new day. Now, this being a Tuesday during the month of Elul, we'll have an opportunity to share. I'll have the opportunity to share a poem by writer Rich Orloff. But let us begin today, as we do every day, with gratitude. And let's begin by reciting the prayer for the body in English together, and then we'll join in the prayer for the soul in Hebrew and English. Blessed eternal God, creator of the universe, you have fashioned our bodies with wisdom, creating within us a finely balanced network. To stand before you in prayer is itself a fragile miracle. Eternal God, we praise you as the healer of body and spirit. Let's just let that breath in and let it out as we recite this prayer for the neshama, for the inbreathed soul. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי תורה היא, אתה בראת, אתה יתרת, אתה נפחת בי, ואתה משמרה בקרבי. כל זמן שהנשמה בקרבי מודה אני לפניך. אדוני אלוהי ואלוהי אבותיי, ריבון כל המעשים, אדון כל הנשמות, ברוך אתה אדוני, אשר בידו נפש כל חי ורוח Kol Basar Ish. The soul that you have given me, O God, is a pure one. You have created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it. So long as my soul is within me, I will give thanks to you, eternal my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. We praise you, eternal God, in whose hand is the power of all life and the spirit of all flesh. And let's join together welcoming every kind of Torah, every kind of teaching, old and new, every kind of insight in general, but especially that reflects on and off our Torah. Please join me in these words of blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. וערב נא, אדוני אלוהינו, את דברי תורתך בפינו, ובפי עמך בית ישראל, ונהיה אנחנו וצאצאינו, וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודעי שמך, ולומדי תורתך לשמה. ברוך אתה, אדוני, המלמד תורה לעמו ישראל. Elu dvarim shein lahem shi'ur. These are the obligations whose value cannot be measured. They nourish us in this world and help us to create the world to come. Kibud av va'em, to honor fathers and mothers. Ugmilut chasadim, to perform acts of love and kindness. Vashkamat ben midrash shacharit v'yarvit, to attend the house of study morning and evening. V'achnasat orchim, to welcome the stranger. Uvikul cholim, to visit the sick. V'achnasat kala, to provide for brides and grooms. Ulevayat hamed, to keep faith with the dead. Ve'iyun tfilah, to pray with sincerity. V'hava'at shalom ben adam lechavero, to make peace when there is strife. V'talmud Torah keneged kulam, and the study of Torah is equal to them all. The idea of praying with sincerity is a powerful one, but iyun tefillah is even more than that. Iyun, in its simple meaning, means concentration. And so certainly even moments of deep concentration during a time of prayer are valued and significant. But even more so, ayin, the root is the ayin, is the I. It is that another way to pray is to take the words of our tradition that have been paired to inspire prayer, our liturgy, and to read and experience them closely. And as we seek to do that, um, let's join in the prayer of Psalm 23 after we join in Boker Tov that acknowledges the valley of the shadow as we walk with those who in mourning are walking in that valley, even hopefully in a bright world. Please join me in the Hebrew and the English. Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who speaks that we might listen. Blessed is the one who acts that we might be witnesses. Baruch hu uruch shemo. Blessed is the one who decides that we might accept. Blessed is the one who has mercy that we might live. Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who removes the darkness that we might see. Blessed is the one who lives forever that we might believe. Blessed is the one who saves and delivers that we might be redeemed. And so now let's join together Mizmor David, these words that come from a different close reading of the original Hebrew. With the Eternal as my shepherd, I shall want for nothing. I will lie down in a beautiful pasture. As I am led along restful waters, my soul will be restored. I will be guided along the paths of righteousness, serving God's higher purpose. Adonai roi lo echsal. Even when I must walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil when you are with me. Your strength and your support comfort me. When facing my enemies, your protection stretches out before me, sustaining mind and body. Adonai roi lo echsal. Only goodness and mercy will pursue me all the days of my life. I will live in God's presence for the rest of my days. It is truly a challenge and a blessing to live in God's presence, but we seek to do just that, to find our way together, to connect with that which is beyond us and yet within us. That's part of the idea of the oneness of God, that God is uh, unique and singular, and yet also in that divine oneness connects all of us to one another and to all aspects of ourselves. In that spirit, please join me in Shema Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, ושבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם. ונתנו על ציצית הכנף בתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו. וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטעו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם emet. Well, truth is found in so many different ways. And so this morning, let us seek a new window in words of poetry As we've entered the month of Elul, writer and friend Rich Orloff, who helped Temple create its Yom Kippur Yisker liturgy, has shared with me a new collection of his poems written for this season of the year, Confessions of a Reluctant Human. And this morning, I would like us to hear, to see, to experience one of his poems from this new collection. And it is amazing that this time of year is a time where we focus on some of our most intense and important internal experiences. And it's a time where so many, toward the end of summer and beginning of fall, are focused on sport as well. And so it's with a nod toward that, but mainly something inward, that I pass on his message, a message from your biggest fan. I'll share it and share a few thoughts on it and then read it again. God whispers in my soul, I'm rooting for you, delighting when you succeed, understanding when you fail, appreciating each effort, loving your desire to heal. When I created you, I placed in you both animal and the divine, a potent mix that can be a challenge to access and too overwhelming to reveal. I watch you struggle in the wilderness of your mind, hiding from parts of yourself that you don't understand or were taught to disown. I see the agony you cause yourself by unreasonable demands. I see the pain caused by what others claimed were gifts, but which were Trojan horses of sorrow. I also see the wonder of your soul, the fierceness of your strength, the tenderness of your wounds, the brilliance of your imagination, the majesty embedded in each cell. I want nothing less for you than for you to find a way to reunite with all of you so that you can sit in wonder at the miracle of your creation. The creation of each of us is truly a miracle, and allowing that in is an incredibly important and yet challenging effort in life, in adult life in particularly. And we are caused so much pain, both by things we do to ourselves and by things others share with us, acting as if they're gifts when in fact the experience, the reality is often the opposite. Our creation is an incredible blending of differences. God's power is to be one and unique. Our power is to be one being with an entire world, an entire variety inside. And to love all the parts of that is a beautiful and sacred challenge. So please, let's take a moment of preparation, and then I'll share these words one more time. A message from your biggest fan by Rich Orloff. God whispers in my soul, I'm rooting for you, delighting when you succeed, understanding when you fail, appreciating each effort, loving your desire to heal. When I created you, I placed in you both animal and the divine, a potent mix that can be a challenge to access and too overwhelming to reveal. I watch you struggle in the wilderness of your mind, hiding from parts of yourself that you don't understand or were taught to disown. I see the agony you cause yourself by unreasonable demands. I see the pain caused by what others claimed were gifts, but which were Trojan horses of sorrow. I also see the wonder of your soul, the fierceness of your strength, the tenderness of your wounds, the brilliance of your imagination, the majesty embedded in each cell. I want nothing less for you than for you to find a way to reunite with all of you so that you can sit in wonder at the miracle of your creation. So much to think about at this time of year, things about the challenges that are before us, as well as thinking about the wonder of who and what we are. These gifts are made clear in simple, mundane moments if we experience them deeply, or in overwhelming moments that force us to look newly at ourselves and our lives. I can't imagine the degree to which that's true for those wearing the IDF uniform called up for additional reserve duty with the potential of this next painful stage of the Gaza war as it may begin at any moment. And so we stand with the individual soldiers of the IDF in our hopes for their safety and that their actions might somehow lead to a better day for all. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל ושאר מגיני עמנו העומדים על משמרתם. ישמרם הקדוש ברוך הוא ויצילם מכל צרה וצוקה ומכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה בכל מעשה ידיהם. ויקוים בהם הכתוב, וכיתתו חורבותיהם לעתים, וחניתותיהם למזמרות, לא יישאו גוי את גוי חרב, ולא ימדון עוד מלחמה, וישבו איש תחת גפנו, ותחת תאנתו, ואין מחריד ונאמר, Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless the soldiers of the IDF and all who defend our people. May the Holy One guard them against all difficulty and distress, injury, and illness. May all of their actions bring blessing, fulfilling the prophet's words. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Let nation not lift up sword against nation, and may they learn war no more. May all sit under a vine or fig tree, with none to make them afraid. And together we say, Amen. Well, we turn from our prayer for those far away to our prayer for all far and near, our prayer for healing, for those who are ill or isolated, injured or unwell, who are wounded, who experience challenges, physical, mental, and spiritual. And of course, especially, we hold in mind on this 697th day of their captivity, the hostages held against their will in a daily criminal act against humanity. And so for those whose names have been given to me and given to Temple, those names that have been placed in the chat and this and other services, for all those in need, we turn to these words of refuah. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא ירפא את כל מכותינו. יהי רצון מלפניך אדוני אלוהינו להחלימם ולרפאותם, וישלח לנו מהרה רפואה שלמה ותרת שלום ונאמר Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless and heal all who suffer. May it be the divine will to provide healing and strength. Reveal to us the holiness of life, the wholeness of shalom, and let us say together, Amen. Well, it's extremely meaningful to be here together to connect and to reflect. And now we turn to that sacred activity of remembering, calling to mind those who died in recent days and weeks, and standing with them, for them, and with their families. And we remember also those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we've taken into our hearts with our own. During the period of Shloshim, the past 30 days, we extend our condolences to the families of Cantor Paul Kowarski, Beatrice Rose Liss, Judy Tessler, Lainey Kaplan Page, and it is our very sad duty to report the death of our member Aaron Sherman, son of Stephen and Moira Sherman, brother of Emily. Our condolences to his entire family. We will share details, funeral details as they're available. Information is available on the website of Benjamin's memorial. We also remember all victims of terror and war, including Ilan Weiss and Olga Weisberg, and remember all IDF soldiers lost in the last 30 days, including Oi Gerlach and all victims of war. And on Yahrzeit, on the anniversary of their deaths, on this 9th day of the month of Elul, the 2nd of September, 2025, we honor the life and memory on Yahrzeit of Sarah Appleby, Eliane Cohen, Paul Greenbloom, Alexander Harser, Bernie Laurie, Rose Paglia, Morris Pines, Rabbi Harry Joshua Stern, Max Tarek, Elka Troyster. Zichronam Livracha. May their memories be a blessing to us. Our griefs and our sympathies are mingled as we turn together to words sanctified by memory, words glorified by hope, the words of Kaddish at home. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemeh Rabbah, be'alma divrach cheruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chaye dechol bet Yisrael, ba'gala u'v'zman kari v'imru Amen. Yeheh shmeh Rabbah mevorach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and bring comfort and strength to all who remember. And together we say, Amen. Yes, Anita, thank you. We also remember Teddy Richmond, your uncle. And today, as we remember, we also appreciate a donation has been made to the Rabbi's Discretionary Fund by Justine Cartier, observing Yahrzeit for Rabbi Harry Joshua Stern. Boker Tov. I hope today can be a beautiful and meaningful day. Join us again here at Boker Tov tomorrow morning, 8:30, or at Shul in person, 7:30. Boker Tov. Make it a good one.